Growing up with Zoo Tycoon turned me into a sim fan, so you can see why Planet Zoo would be a title that I had to play. Being developed by members of the Zoo Tycoon team, it's easy to see how they fine-tuned their skills over the years. Even though Planet Zoo doesn't offer an actual narrative, the sim management systems discovered in the game were enough for me to spend hours creating my dream zoo. Planet Zoo offers a few different modes. The first one is Career Mode, which has a tutorial that makes it a must-play for anyone new to this type of game. Specific mechanics in the game can be complicating or overwhelming at first, but through these learning systems, it's possible to find your way. One mechanic that takes some getting used to is understanding which buildings visitors shouldn't have access to. There are various other options in the game that require the player's attention, but once you finish the tutorial, Challenge, Franchise, and Sandbox Mode become available. In the Challenge mode, you have goals that the game requires you to complete. What's unique about this mode is that it's played offline. Alternatively, the Sandbox mode allows you to do whatever you want with infinite money, conversation points, and any unlocked items. For the Franchise mode, you will have limited capital to build the first steps of the zoo. However, after opening your doors, you'll need to manage the parks to continue developing the zoo to keep it open. Conservation points act as currency in the game, which allows you to buy animals for your zoo. The animals are divided into age and sex depending on the orientation and small details. Players must decide when they will release them into the wild. You see, before an animal becomes too old or is too young, there is the option to release them. Released animals provide the players with more conservation points to build their zoo with. Planet Zoo can become a bit complicated when learning to manage a zoo's multiple moving parts. Things like managing your staff and dealing with visitors and your animals requires some knowledge of how the in-game systems work. There are numerous things you have to keep in mind when adopting a species, and every animal needs something different. It's up to the player to do things like changing the terrain to the needs of the animals. Every animal needs different items such as what they eat and drink, along with enrichment items and their favorite toys. You can breed animals in Planet Zoo if you own a female and male version of the same species. I found some animals getting babies way faster than other species, so you'll have to continually sell off some animals so they don't overpopulate the habitat. Sadly, underwater animals and birds are not available in this game, so there still are popular species missing. When building a climbing enrichment, animals are able to use it and jump around on them, which I found very impressive and fun to observe. Something that made the game a little overbearing was that the in-game timer ran a little too fast. A year pretty much passed me by after spending a couple of minutes playing. The graphics in Planet Zoo are stunning and very detailed. The game also features weather changes, which was rather impressive. I found the animal designs had a lot of detail in them, and were all extremely adorable.
As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me.
When I started playing Planet Zoo, the hours seemed to pass me by without even realizing it. I felt a sense of nostalgia while playing, as it borrows elements from the Zoo Tycoon series, but Planet Zoo's presentation and attention to detail make it a much better experience overall. Sadly, the game takes a while to truly get the hang of, as the complicated systems can hinder someone's playing experience, and the exclusion of species is a real downer. Sure, Planet Zoo isn't for everyone, but sim fans who want to create and share some impressive zoos are in for hours of entertainment. Noisy Pixel is giving Planet Zoo a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.